What's up? Inflatable Enthusiast here, and I got a super special review for you guys today. This is the 1000 subscriber special I mentioned in my last video, and this is a review on the, I'm not sure what company it is, but it's a 2010 inflatable snowing snow globe, Coca-Cola snowing snow globe. So I mentioned this item a while back in my Coca-Cola polar bear video review. That one was made by IBC Creative. I don't think this is made by the same company. I tried looking for tags all over this thing. I don't know where it is. I don't know what company made it, but I know it's from 2010. I'm not sure where this was sold or if it was even sold to the public. It was probably, like displayed in grocery stores and stuff and places like that. Places that carried Coke products. I have wanted this item for years. Ever since I first saw it, I fell in love with the design. I mean, you guys know by now, I'm a huge fan of Coca-Cola. So I love collecting all Coke items and, of course, inflatables. So, yeah, I never thought I would get this thing, though, because it's such a hard piece to find. And, again, it's not made by Jemmy. It's made by some, random company that probably doesn't even really produce inflatables. But I got a hold of it, thankfully, with the help from a few of my great friends. A lady on Marketplace had this up for sale, and they messaged her for me, and basically got her to reserve it for me. And then when I finally got into contact with her myself, I convinced her to ship it to me. So I paid like $100 for this thing plus shipping, which I think was great. She put it in a big box over there. It doesn't come in its original box or whatever. I don't think it even does have its original box. Like I said, I don't know what company made this, but as you can see, it has like a weird black pull-out fan. For some reason, it only has 2 legs. I think it's missing. Yeah, it looks like the other 2 broke off from like right there or right there. I don't know. This thing does have tethers and stuff, so it can be used outside, but the tethers are kind of stitched in kind of shitty. I'll show you them when it's actually inflated. And as you can see, the fan is, the fan's not too powerful either. It inflates good and it inflates tight, but it takes a while. It does have C7s in it too, which is great, and it does snow. As you can see, it has snow pellets. But the snowing, the tube, I think, keeps getting clogged up. Because last time I had this inflated, the snow would, it would spray out like usual perfectly for a few minutes, and then it would just stop. And I had to like shake the snow out of the tube to get it to start going again, and it kept stopping. So I apologize if it does that in the review. I have to fix it for the display, obviously. But I'll get to that some other time. I'm not sure what's causing that issue. I think there might be too much snow, and it's kind of clogging up the tube. I don't know. But it works pretty similar to a Jemmy snowing snow globe, just a little different. I can't really show the whole mechanics behind it because it's inside the inflatable. But I'll do my best to describe how it works when it's inflated. So without further ado, plug it in. As you can see, the fan is, pretty quiet. It's not super powerful, so it does take a minute to get up. When I put this in the yard, I'm probably going to modify it with a Jemmy base fan. I'll probably give it like a 125 or something. This thing's probably an equivalent to a YEF 60. It's not very powerful, like I said. I think all snow globes should have at least a 125, even the smaller ones. The good thing about this, though, is even though the fan is super weak, the globe actually inflates very tight, and there's, like, no wrinkles, which is great. Because I know a few of the Jemmy snow globes that have weaker fans, the globes inflate very wrinkly and, not very strong. But, yeah, you can see the tethers at the bottom of the globe here on the side. They're very weird. It's like these giant flat pieces of fabric with these holes punched inside. Not the best way to secure them in the world, but this is fine. The tethers on the actual globe, though, are really, really cheap. Here's one right here. Very tiny, no extra stitching. It's just sewn right into the seam on the plastic, so that is not gonna hold up very well. Again, when I display this out in the yard, I have to do a few modifications. Like I said, I'm gonna give it a Jemmy base fan, a YEF 125 or 200 or something, and I gotta put reinforced stitching or like tape on the inside to hold the tethers in, because these would probably very easily come out of the fabric. But you can see it's almost done here. Doesn't take super long, but it does take a few minutes. Here's like the top of the snowing mechanism. It's different than how Jemmy's works, but it's like the same idea, I guess you could say. All the snow pellets in the bottom there. So, yeah, while this is inflating, I thought I'd mention the issue I keep talking about in like all of my videos, how I have to do all my reviews in one take because my editing software just refuses to work. I film all my reviews and all my videos on my phone, and I know I said in the past I want to do something a little bit more professional with my channel now that I have 1,000 subscribers and stuff like that. I plan in the future, again, I don't know how long this is going to be, but I plan to eventually get like a separate filming like camera, and you know, get my editing software to work again so I can actually, you know, make clean edits and cuts and my videos aren't super dragged out and all in one take. I also plan to start doing reviews of not just inflatables but animatronics, and what I mean by that is like, you know, Spirit animatronics, Jemmy animatronics, Jemmy tabletops. I know I did a few videos on some tabletop ones like 2 years ago or something. I did a review on the dancing Santa Homer and the Hallmark Jingle Pals, like snowman and penguins with the tree. But I want to get more items like that and do more reviews on that. I want to collect other things like that besides just inflatables. So, not sure what's making that whistling noise. I think it's the fan. So stay tuned in the future for reviews of items like that, because I plan on starting to collect things like that as well. Just to reach a more, you know, a more broad audience and not just doing reviews on just inflatables. Making sure the zipper's not open. I think one of the zippers is. I can feel air coming out. Okay, never mind. I thought one of the zippers was open. So anyways, here it is. Gonna try to get it in full view while it's still snowing, because like I said, in any minute now it's just gonna stop. That's what it's been doing. I don't know why. But this thing is awesome. It's such a cool piece. Even though it's not Jemmy, it's like a very cool collector's item. Yeah, you can see the snow is slowing down, and now it's stopped. It does this every time. I don't know why. I think the tube just gets clogged. I don't know. I can shake it around a little bit and it really, like, I have to tip it over completely to let the pellets fall out, and then it starts up again. So at least you got a shot there, but for the rest of the review, it's just not going to be snowing. I will fix it hopefully by the time Christmas comes around to make it so it's permanently working. But yeah, like I said, the globe has like no wrinkles. The fan absolutely sucks, but this thing inflates super well. It doesn't inflate as tight as like my peanut snow globe over there, the pageant one. That one wants to explode, but this thing inflates very good. The base inflates all right. It's not super strong, as you can see, but it keeps it up, which is good. And as you can see, it says Holiday 2010, and the snowflakes on either side are actually like Coca-Cola bottles, which is very clever, very awesome. The Coke bottle itself looks great. It's a nice like brownish color, obviously the color of like the soda. The logo is on both sides too. And you can see it's attached up at the top right there with like that weird plastic thing where the snow comes out. And it has, I think, 3 or 4 C7s going up the bottle. I don't think it lights up very good though, because it's a very dark brown color. But we might check that out in a few minutes. So yeah, I wish the snow worked more consistently, but if I try to like tip it out here, I'm probably gonna knock the fan over, but we'll see if I can get it to work. Yeah, see, I just covered the fan by accident. I'm not sure why it does this, but it has to be fixed. Now the fan just came detached from the tube. Yeah, anyways, all right, I got it working again. So it works pretty good too. It's the snow spread is very wide. It doesn't just, you know, fall down in front of the bottle. It actually kind of shoots out, which is very nice. When it's working, it looks so good. But yeah, like I said, the tethers on either side too, I mean, these are just terrible. I will fix these for the display. I'm going to put a better fan in it so it gets up faster. So yeah, pretty much like what I did with the Coca-Cola Polar Bear. It was an off-brand company, and it had a shitty fan, shitty lights, and I just gave it a Gemmy base fan and C7s. So just to make it, you know, last a little longer, because that thing would not be usable outside if it had the cheap fan it originally came with. This would probably still be usable, but it would definitely struggle to get up every day just because of how weak the fan is. And I would not be surprised if the tethers, came ripped out of the globe after one windstorm, because they're not sewn in very well. But yeah, I don't really know what else to say about this. Like I said, I don't know the company or anything. If you somehow do, let me know. That would be great to know. I'm not going to do a night view because just the Coke bottle lights up, and it doesn't light up super good because it's like a dark brown color. But yeah, this is the 1,000 subscriber special. I thought, I wanted to get a really cool, rare item that there's no other video of this on YouTube, I believe. So it's a perfect video to celebrate. So thank you all for 1,000 subscribers. Again, stay tuned for more reviews in the future of not just inflatables, but also animatronics, props, Gemmy tabletop animatronics as well. I want to start collecting some of those. And hopefully, this is like probably a year down the line. It's probably not going to be for a while, but when I start collecting, props and stuff like that, I plan on setting up a little studio upstairs in my house. And obviously for the past like 3 years, I've done all my reviews down here in my basement or out in the garage or in the back porch with all the windows in it. But I think if I get a good amount of props like Spirit animatronics and, Gemmy tabletops, and I set up like a little studio upstairs I think that would make for a cool background. Similar to how like I have my inflatable wall here, but just with like Spirit and Gemmy props. I think that would be really, really cool. As, like a proper room to do reviews in. So yeah, stay tuned. Again, thank you all for 1,000 subscribers. I'm the Inflatable Enthusiast, and I'll see you guys next time.